One of the most common questions I receive from individuals is people wanting to know whether they're financially on track or not. Now, without having a personal conversation and getting a better understanding of your personal goals, your vision for the future, and your core values, it's quite impossible for me to answer that question. However, there are key indicators that show that you're headed in the right direction. One other thing I will say about this, without having a concrete financial plan and a roadmap to help you understand where you need to be, there is a very natural temptation to compare yourself relative to others, and this can lead to discouragement. Now, the good news is, again, that there are clear signs, and I think having a concrete financial plan where you can clearly map out your progress does address a lot of this anxiety. So if you have not built out a financial plan, I highly recommend you do so with a great qualified advisor. That being said, again, let's dig into some of these key indicators that can let us know whether or not we're headed in the right direction. The first thing I'll say is if you have an emergency fund, this is a very positive first step. The general rule of thumb is to have roughly 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved in a cash account for unexpected situations like job losses, medical emergencies, or car repairs. If you are self-employed in a sales position or run a small business, odds are you should have a larger emergency reserve, and that's going to really depend on the industry and how labor and capital intensive it may be. Now, if you do have this safety net in place, that is a great sign that you're headed in the right direction. If you don't yet have one, this should be a top priority for you. The second positive indicator is that you're consistently contributing to retirement accounts. If you're contributing to a 401k plan or IRA, that's a great step. Fidelity did a study and they found that the average American starting at age 30 needs to be setting aside roughly 10 to 15% of income towards retirement, and that does include an employer contribution. So if you're already doing this, congratulations, that's fantastic. If not, get started, even if it's a small contribution percentage. Now, in terms of the Fidelity study, there is certain assumptions that is made about that. So whether 10, 15% is the right number is really going to depend on your personal goals and how your assets are allocated. So, that could be the right percentage for you, or it could be higher or it could be less. Your risk tolerance and targeted retirement age are going to be huge contributors to having the right overall contribution into your retirement plan account. The third positive sign is that you're paying down debt. If you don't have any high interest credit card debt that rolls over month to month, and you're actively working down on paying down long-term debts such as a mortgage or an auto loan, and your overall debt ratio is reasonable and easy for you to satisfy every month, again, those are positive signs that you've structured your finances in a positive manner. The fourth thing is that your net worth is growing. So what is your net worth exactly? Your net worth is the total assets that you own minus the total liability. So the difference is considered your net worth. If your net worth is increasing over time, this means that your financial situation is improving. This is a big picture indicator that you're headed in the right direction and making positive long-term financial progress. The fifth positive sign is that you have financial goals and, more importantly, a long-term financial plan. Being financially on track means you have clear goals and a plan to reach them. You know what you're saving for, whether it's a home, retirement, an education fund for your children. If you set specific, measurable, and time-bound goals, and you're regularly checking on your progress, you're far more likely to stay on track. Having a plan helps you stay focused, motivated, even when life gets busy or unexpected expenses arise. The sixth positive indicator is you're living within your means. Living within your means is a critical piece of the puzzle. If you're regularly spending less than you earn and not relying on expensive credit card debt to fund your lifestyle, that's another positive sign. It can be very easy to get caught up in lifestyle inflation or overspending, but if you're budgeting and being intentional with your spending, it does allow you to save the right amount of money into your retirement accounts or brokerage accounts and make sure that you're establishing a long-term sound financial future. So who should be checking these indicators? The short answer is everyone, but there is a specific group that needs to be especially mindful of this, and it's individuals who are very close to retirement or in retirement. If you are close to retirement, you should know whether you're on track to meet your long-term retirement needs. This means assessing your savings, your expected future income streams, and having a plan to cover those long-term future retirement expenses. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you understand how to assess your financial progress, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who might find it helpful. And leave a comment below if you have any questions or want more tips on staying financially on track. We'll see you next time.